Hey there, healthy Disney crew. Welcome to today's video review of the 1930s Italian airline terminal restaurant in Disney Springs known as Maria and Enzo's. The purpose of this video is to share with you information about this restaurant, Maria and Enzo's, and to help you make a decision as to whether or not you should include it on your vacation to Walt Disney World as a healthy option. So Maria and Enzo's is an Italian trattoria themed as a 1930s airline terminal restaurant. Now the hospitality here was hands down fabulous, and so was the food. I highly recommend it right off the bat. Now this is a table service restaurant, so if you are on the Disney dining plan, I would recommend using a table service credit here, because with the amount of food that you get and for the price, you definitely get your monetary values worth. Now as a reminder, your table service credit is valued at $45, and that includes a drink, entree, and dessert. You can definitely substitute your dessert for an appetizer, super salad, if you are going for a healthier option. Now there are certain alcoholic beverages that are included with the Disney dining plan, though I want to remind you that alcoholic calories are certainly not empty calories, and when you consume alcohol, your body stops digesting the fat and carbohydrate calories in order to burn off the alcohol. I chose water on this occasion, but I was also able to have my server bring me a bowl of soup instead of the drink. Usually that's not the case, so you can always ask, and depending on the server and the manager and maybe the busyness of the restaurant, when you go, they may or may not be able to make that substitution for you. So definitely always ask, but you just never know. Now prior to appetizers arriving, your server is going to bring to your table a bowl of fresh baked breads and a large slab of butter, probably one slab of butter per person, as seems to be the case in Disney. Everybody gets their own slab of butter. So if you know you have a weakness for carbs or for butter, then eliminate that temptation before it arrives and ask your server to not bring any bread or extra butter to the table, because they'll keep that coming, I promise. As for an appetizer, I chose the Sicilian vegetable bean soup, which came out in a huge bowl. It was really, really good. It was full of veggies and beans and lots of micronutrients. I didn't finish it, but had I not been on the Disney dining plan, I think this would have been a very enjoyable option on its own. Now for my entree, I ordered a 16-ounce ribeye, which was huge, and I definitely did not eat this all. I do not recommend eating this all. That is a huge amount of steak for anybody of any size. Now this had a red Chianti wine reduction sauce and a side of forest mushrooms and fingerling potatoes. And while I think this was totally worth the value for the portion size, and for the monetary amount, it was way too much food, and I barely ate half of it. Now I eat a lot of food, but I had to bring half of this back to my hotel room, so this is definitely something you can split with somebody else in your party. You probably only need a third of it, and you would feel plenty satisfied. So because I was on the dining plan and dessert was included, I ordered a dessert too. I ended up going with this chocolate mascarpone torta. Well, it was more of a cheesecake, so it was light, it was sweet, it was a good kind of palate cleanser for the end of a meal. I was hoping it was more of like an espresso and chocolate flavor. It was a little light there. I probably should have ordered the tiramisu, but it was good. The portion size was decent, and I think if you only had an appetizer, then you could have probably finished this and felt fine. But with the appetizer or a drink plus the entree, this dessert was maybe a little much. It was definitely shareable. Probably gonna hear me recommend that you share things pretty often, because Disney gives out pretty good portion sizes. I was happy with this meal quality. My service was great. I would definitely return. In the future, I would have asked for a side of vegetables instead of the potatoes, because even though those fingerling potatoes were awesome, it was a hefty amount of potatoes along with that oversized steak. For somebody who's really big on steak and potatoes, this was a really solid meal, but it was really heavy. So consider asking for a side of veggies right there. Then there were a ton of different pasta dishes I would have wanted to try in the future. Here, I would definitely recommend, if you're gonna get a pasta dish that's heavy in carbs, so ask for maybe a side of chicken or steak or seafood and less pasta, so that you have a more balanced meal. You can always ask for these things. They may charge you extra, maybe not. I did not get charged at all when I was using my Disney dining plan if I asked for an extra side of protein from any restaurant, so definitely consider that. Now a question for you, have you eaten at Maria and Enzo's restaurant? Would you recommend this restaurant for someone traveling to Disney with health and fitness goals on their mind? What would you recommend ordering from this restaurant, and what other restaurants would you like to see reviews from? Let me know in the comments below. That is a wrap for this review. Thanks so much for joining me today in this healthy Disney video. I certainly hope this video showed you some healthy options available at the Disney Springs Maria and Enzo's, and it helps you to make a decision beforehand on what you would like to order to stick to your nutritional goals. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider subscribing so that you don't miss out on the next healthy Disney video. My name is Danye, and I post new videos weekly about fitness, food, and travel at Walt Disney World, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye!
We're infinite.